How's everybody doing? How is everybody? Happy Monday. Who wants to come out and play? Who's ready to play? Hey, how are you, Yellow Wolf? Joss, how you doing? How you doing? Too many stuff in my way. Too much stuff around. Hey, Shar. Hi, Angela. Working pup. Hey, Mama. Cat. Keep going. Good. Just waiting for people to jump on. Then we're going to start talking. We're going to start talking at that point. Skongard, it's been a minute. Hey, Champagne. So, Skonberg, it's been a minute. Your number right now, 3. 3 is your number. Everything in 3s. Hi, Valerie. And that is not a bad thing. You know 3 is a good thing. As things start balancing out, we start working more on a higher consciousness and level, in our higher knowing, in divine spirit, in the I am energy, that God energy, along with, so 3s are good for you, everything in 3s. So you may start seeing 3s around. Took off fall today and hurt my foot. Also revisited my astrology, balsamic moon woman, and now it makes sense. Usually it will always make sense, usually. So, Skonberg, you still here? I haven't seen you in a minute. Let's see if I can get my thing to work like it's supposed to work. Who knows if it will? Who knows if it will work? My phone's not working right for some reason. I'm tapping. It's just not delivering like it should. Skonberg, there. Oh, I know you're there. Why is it doing that? So weird. Hold on, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to see if I can actually do this the way I need to do it. Did she leave? That's why, because she jumped on and she jumped off. Okay, so I'm going to have to let her know that I have a message for her, because I am going to deliver the message. So if people are in and out and I get a message for them and they leave too soon and I can't give them to them, I'm still going to deliver it, because we do. Suhil, how are you? And that beautiful, gorgeous puppy of yours. So, Skonberg, if you come back on, you'll get this. If not, I'll message you on where it is, because it's going to be at the beginning anyway, so you won't be stuck listening to the whole thing. You really have to. You're working at a 3. 3 is your number right now, which is huge. It's a positive thing. So you have some positive movement coming your way and help. But they're also saying that you have to really understand and believe and trust. And I'm going to say trust and actually tap into. Take a listen to... all right, Zuhil, that is a big one. That is a big one. Then I got to finish Skonberg's, because I know she's not on here, so I'm going to finish. Hi, puppy is so much better. I need advice about whether or not to quit my job. Are you fully capable of quitting your job? Yes. Can you quit your job? Yes. But when you asked me that question, immediately Spirit said, not yet. Not yet. Okay. So you're going to be fine. You just need to, and you know this better than anybody, because you're definitely the planner and the scheduler. It's not quite time yet. You know, you're the planner. You know, you have to have things a little bit more in a row for this, but, you're going to be successful. It's time to make a move, but just hold off a little bit longer. But I think you kind of already know that already. Timing is everything in how you do this. So with your job, it's timing. Yes, you can hello, Tattoos by Brizzo. You can absolutely quit. and make sure that you're moving forward and moving in the direction that you really want to go in, because you're also going through, that was your gut feeling, you're also going through a couple of changes right now. You know, I mean, your kind of world, and what's nice is your world is changing on an even keel. It's like an evil, even keel. So on a balanced rotation, like it's just kind of like moving easily, which is nice, which is also how you need things to be handled too, especially with everything. And I wonder if you finally realized, that was my gut, that puppy is truly your dog, like is your person. Have you realized that yet? That puppy was sent just for you. That puppy opened your eyes to a lot of things, and you realize like your own needs that you've had too, and that puppy also needs a friend. You need to get that puppy a friend and bring it home. You know, it's kind of crazy because then one will become two, but he needs one. He needs a baby. He needs a friend. He's such a loving, beautiful being. One of the most gorgeous dogs I have ever seen. I mean, I'm totally in love with that mutt. And he's not a mutt, but he's just, you know, that giant. I used to have a giant. I actually had a wolf. He was 86% cross between timber and gray wolf. And then the other percentage was giant Malamute. Best dogs in the world. But they are pack animals and they need community. So they do have separation anxiety. Mine used to have to sit, I guess you can. Mine used to sit on top of a window. Like when we leave Zuhil, I used to have to open the windows, make sure her area, it was switched off. Her name was Hope. Okay. So she could jump on top. Like, thank God when I lived in Florida, I had property. And she would sit, and while we were gone legitimately, she would howl until we came home because she missed us so bad. And then it was funny because if you came back at night, my house in Southern Florida was really cool. It was really old school, like, you know, all wood and everything. Like I had a custom home. But the top kind of like looked like the windows from Amityville Horror. So you would come up the driveway, and if you didn't know any better, you would see these two bright yellow wolf eyes, like just eyes in the darkness. It was hysterical. But yeah, but she needs a friend. So, but you know, if you ever need to book a session, Zuhul, I got you. But your life is changing. The next 4 months, especially. So, and we brought a husky girl home, but she was so neurotic and anxious. But I do have another female companion that works for him. Malamutes are so great. Oh, they're amazing. They are amazing, but you have to find the right one. You know that. Yes, I did. We've had 2 wolves. I had Sweet Pea when my one son was really young. And then I got Hope, and Hope was actually my autistic son's, he basically spirit animal. And, we got her. I love dogs. I had dogs and horses and, you know, cats, and we've had ball pythons and tarantulas and goats and chickens and everything. Let me tell you. And when you have 5 kids and the majority are boys and they're fearless, there's just certain things a mother shouldn't have to deal with, but I've had to deal with. Let's just put it that way. Certain animals that I had no desire to take care of, that I had to take care of, because you have a 5-year-old thinks he wants a friggin' tarantula, gets a tarantula, scared to death of it. So guess who gets to take care of the tarantula? But we put these long gloves on him, and I would take the tarantula out of the cage and put it on him so he wasn't worried while I cleaned the cage. And Dominic, that was my oldest spider, Dominic's spider, he named him Spit, which is an absolutely fantastic name for a tarantula. Okay, on a side note, no, you're not, your lifestyle right now, Lexi, is not, a dog is a really bad idea for you. A really bad idea for you. Actually, spiders, believe it or not, they're not bad omens or anything, and neither are snakes, which is hysterical. Everybody takes these horror movies and take it from one way, and they don't realize it's not like that. But a dog for you is absolutely not your best at this time. In fact, right now you should kind of be animal free. Just because you don't have the time for it. I mean, even I could say, okay, you can get a cat because cats are really easier to care for and they're pretty much but it's just that you're not in the place in your life for any animals right now. So there's no need for them. Even when I start talking about it like a fish, like a fish tank is even just too much because you got too much going on. So, just keep living your life and doing what you're supposed to. And then when your spot is, if you want to set stuff up and everything else, you'll be fine. Yeah, I know you're not getting a cat. I know you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so I got to get back on what I was doing. So, Skonberg, when she comes back on and sees this, I am going to message her as well if she's not on already. She was at the number 3. Divine Spirit is working with her. She is in that I am energy. Then has to really start moving forward and facing things optimistically. Sometimes I tell you I want you to be optimistic about something, but I want you to be aggressive. I want you to go after it aggressively. Now, it doesn't mean be a psycho. It means make a choice and go after it. Don't take no necessarily for an answer. If something doesn't work, just figure out another way. But you have to optimistically know that what's meant for you is going to get there, but some things you really need to work for. And then really a lot for her right now is that, Elaine, you got to realize that you have spirit communication with you. I mean, the fact that you have, a greater knowing that's starting to open up and you're at that level 3 is fantastic. Hi, Kinsey. But also now you're at the point where it's time for you really to start living your life. I'm going to have to really text you to start because you're there. You're ready. It's time. It's time to go. It's time to move on, to move. And spirit communication for you is huge right now. So start paying attention to signs, feelings. Like for me, they're saying like you're going to be getting these feelings that you just know what you're supposed to do. Follow it. It's a sign. You might see things or hear things or certain songs, all of that stuff. Pay attention to them. Okay. It's very important for you right now. Hi, Kinsey. Of course she visited you. Why wouldn't she, Kins? You're open up to all of that. Little one just came down 666 COVID vibes, took the mask off and complamo. There's a lot of stuff going around, Mom. It's not necessarily COVID, which it could be. She's going to be fine. Going to be sick, going to be a little miserable, going to be a little bit frustrated. But there's also right now, be aware, because when they even show that there's actually a really bad stomach thing that's going on that's around now that is not COVID related. And some sinus issues that are not COVID related. Okay, so with even the stomach thing, she might end up running a little bit of a fever. Probably low grade, like 101, 102. She could get up to about 102.5 or 6, right in there. So, I mean, you know how to take care of her. She's strong. She's going to be okay. I mean, and you have to understand, I mean, everything is everywhere now. There's only so much that you can do, except do your best. I mean, it's just unfortunately something we have to, she's fine, but I think she's also going to get hit a little bit, because they said, to let her know there's a stomach thing that's pretty bad that's going around too. And something with the sinuses that like I said, they're not COVID related. Although they did have 2 new variants that did break out. But that little girl will be just fine. She just doesn't gonna like to have to be home. Can we get messages? Yes, you can get messages for paths that have crossed. Spiders. In fact, people can come back in a pet. So where is everybody tonight? You have 7 puppies that will need homes in 7 weeks. Ash, do me a favor, picture them. I'll send them to my son Parker because I know he was looking for puppies. So put all the information in. And I don't know if he's ready to get one now, but I know he was actively looking. But he was really looking at like Zuhul's dog, like the giant Malamutes and German Shepherds and all that other stuff. So yeah, send me the pictures. I'll forward them to him. Sure, because you're doing good going out. I need nothing right now that is going to make you stay in your house, because you would do amazing. Especially you do better with a cat, believe it or not, would be really brilliant for you. And that's okay because you come back for a cat, but a dog would, you'd want to stay home with it. You know what I'm saying? And you've just been getting out and starting to dance and do things. So I saw that picture the other day. I didn't get a chance to respond to you. And really starting to open up and go out into the world again. And I want you to keep moving in that direction and keep doing your other things. So let me ask you all a question. This is kind of like a serious question here. I'm just going back to see if I missed anything that I should have. And on a side note, I was very excited. I had sushi tonight. Not the best sushi in the world, but it was actually good sushi. Surprisingly, I had to go to the food store to grab some stuff and look like fresh sushi and seaweed salad. And I love sushi, and I like hardcore sushi. Let's just put it that way. So this was your basic dragon roll, but they actually did a really, really good job with it. I'm going back to see if I see anything. So, which was nice because I really haven't had sushi in a couple of years, and I really love sushi. Used to get it a couple times a week, as a matter of fact. Took a fall today. Okay, so what's the question? All right. Where's Josh's? I'm looking for Josh's question now. Okay. What was Josh's question? Give me the question again because I'm not seeing it. And this thing keeps on adjusting and it's going to drive me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, help me out. Imagine you were a shrimp in a past life. So no, you were not ever a shrimp in a past life. Ever. So what is the good question that Josh asked? What did I miss? The shrimp question? Gray cat for sure. What did I do? What did I have a life as in as a past out? All right, that's so easy. Oh my God, are you really asking? Okay. Hey, cat scratch fever. All right, I'm gonna let you guys tap into this, Joss. And this is your nature. This is your very nature. Let's see. Let's see if we're on the right account. Let's see if I'm on the right account with Joss right now. I might be. Am I going to get denied? Is Joss going to deny me? Joss could deny me. Because I'm going to make you guys do a little bit of work here. Josh, where the heck did you go now? Oh, he's switching? Really? You know, how come I got to be all out in the open and you guys just sit there and hide behind other names? Goldner, you do end up, you do know that you're eventually going to end up working for yourself, right? Where did Joss go? We're like going to do something you guys like here, fun here, and I don't know where Joss went. I'm going to try to get Joss to come on. Don't know where Joss is. You going to come on with me, Goldner, or are you going to turn me down? You going to turn me down and leave me hanging? Ah, really? Really, Goldner? All right, listen. So I'm going to give you a quick read. So I would rather see your beautiful face, but that's all right. I'll accept it because I know that sometimes you can't do it. You're eventually going to end up working on your own because you're going to have the freedom of being able to doing your own scheduling, especially with where your family life is going to be headed. Okay. Which is a good thing, but it just means everything has to have its time and its place for you, and that's your nature anyway. Callboy, I'll bring you on in a minute because I ended up reading somebody else, even though Goldner didn't want to come on with me. But within the, and it's funny because I see like 3 job opportunities that are popping up for you, not just the 2. Um, and you really have to field out. And this is what they're saying, because they're all very good opportunities. Okay. And you really, before going in, have to really take a look at the jobs and field out what it is that you want. I know who Callboy is, the one that you want. And not just jump at the first offer. It's very important for you because you necessarily don't have to be making a move right now, although I know you feel like you need to. But I do that there's 3 offers. I'm thinking that your second interview is going to be the one that you like best, and will be offered to you. But there is a 3rd out there. So I want you to keep your eyes open for everything. I really want you, if you're going to make this shift, I really want you to take a look at it. Just don't take anything. Okay, that's all right. No big deal. So, because for you right now, the greatest thing is you have the prosperity angle coming. We all know how much I love the abundance part of it, because abundance means you have everything, overflowing. Your health is good. You don't have a ton of money, but enough to live your life and pay your bills and like take a couple of vacations. You're with the person that you're meant to be with. You have friends, stress is minimal, is that regular stuff with life, which is fantastic. But this is a prosperity. You're pulling in right now, so you're going to be leveling up. You're pulling in more money and prosperity. In fact, you're also getting the opportunity at an investment that's going to be coming up. And that you should really consider and look into. Don't be afraid of making investments, because there's a lot of things that are shifting right now. Something you probably have to discuss with your other half at what you feel is best, because the portfolio you're supposed to be really, really developing your portfolio right now. And being smart about it, because there is a little bit extra around that can be invested into something, but just realize once it's invested, it's going to be in there a little bit. You're not going to pull it out too soon, but this is all, the planning that's required for you, Goldner. It's so important. Now, so the material wealth and prosperity you're coming to, which is great. The funniest thing is you are happy. You're not blocked. I didn't block you. Hold on a minute, Callboy. It's not that you are happy, which is good. It's just for you, everything's evolving in the way that it's supposed to be evolving. And it's you just kind of accepting that it is going to be that easy for you. Some of us there's some people that are so blessed that in their life, and that's just a sign that you've done things that you were meant to before, and you make good about it. So you're evolving. So you're getting a little bit more of a break this lifetime. Even with loss, you're not going to be suffering loss as far as death or anything way too soon. So this is going to be a good life for you. Enjoy it, celebrate it. Some other people, this life can be a bitch. They're dealing with it. And it could be for another number of different reasons, but that's what they have to accept. Some, it's just the job that they were given at their creation, that every lifetime is going to be a bit challenging because that's what their work is. Okay. And I want to be in the best place financially before I become a mom. Stop thinking. Let me let you all understand something. I am a mother of 5 children, 5 gorgeous, beautiful children. Actually would have been 7, but 2 are in heaven because I miscarried 2. Okay. And the thing is, I would have to do work on that, Kins. He's definitely a soulmate for you. But I would have to do some work on twin. I don't think he's your twin. Not quite. But I would really have to focus in on him. And I can't do that right at the second. Josh, don't go anywhere. I saw you on there. I'm just finishing a reading up. What was I going to say? I wasn't even done yet. I have all this energy going everywhere. I have 5 kids. Everybody says I'm going to wait till I can afford them. First one is one you got to buy everything for. After that, the kids are not as expensive as you think. They're only as expensive as you choose to make them and the things that you choose to buy them. You know, they don't require a lot. They really don't. The thing where you get caught is going to be, but then that's me personally. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to have a certain amount of money in the bank and this and that and the whole 9 yards. Don't wait until you think you're going to have enough money, because technically you'll never have enough money. Okay. The money comes as you need it. And Goldner, you're going to be fine. That's why I said I don't want you to rush with your choice. I show 3 opportunities, not just 2. Really sit down and take a look at it, at what you want to do. Don't necessarily accept the first offer. Don't accept it there. You want to go home. You want to go over it. Investment is huge for you right now. A big thing, but that you're going to have to discuss with your other half. All right. You really are going to have to be good with communicating, you know, and almost like you're going to have a combination. I guess there's some people in your life that need their egos rubbed a little bit right now. So, you know, some people need their pride needs a boost a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay for you to free up your praise on some people, especially the ones that you care about that might be a little bit down right now. They kind of need it. And then also realize that there's some people that may be lying. They may be fibbing a little bit. So you just have to have clear vision, the details of what you want to do. You know, really, I want you to write it down so you don't forget it. I want you to turn around. And I didn't try to get on with you live, Josh, on Callboy. Yeah, because I was in the middle of a reading. Really discern what you want. Don't rush it. It's so important. And and you know what you want to do, so you don't have to compromise anymore. You're not, your best friend figures. You're welcome, Goldner. Was I on point with you? Is that really where you meant to be? Were we on point? You don't have to, you know what you want to do. And you're an amazingly brilliant, beautiful being, and you don't need to compromise for anything. Yes, so on point. Good, I'm glad. You know, just choose to be happy and allow yourself to be happy. You know, and let those babies come when those babies are meant to come. Really start looking at those investment opportunities, because for me to go tell people to invest in stuff, that's a pretty big deal when I say go look at what you need to invest in. Like I said, it's something that's going to have to sit a little bit. That's not a bad thing. Joss, am I going to be able to pull you on live here? Or are you going to have to go on Callboy? Because I'm not going to focus on anybody else. Focusing on you till I get you on, because we're doing the animal you were. While I go back. There's my Ashley. Ashley, you're just a whole body of bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Bubbles in sunshine. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you are.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I don't know. There's like this weird thing going on. I'm getting blocked.
Let me tell you, I'm telling you, it's this full moon. How have you been feeling this full moon, out of curiosity?
Super weird.
Because let me tell you, if I could have gone, I think I actually made a trip to hell.
Oh.
A waking trip to hell the entire day on Saturday into Sunday. Like, it was so, and I kept on reminding, this is the full moon. Like, people were outright being really mean to me. And to me, I'm very sensitive. So somebody's like, I like in my circle, and you're just being so nasty to me for no reason, because I'm not nasty. I might be honest, but even like with you guys, I have to be hard with. I'm completely different. I'm a marshmallow. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm fun, but I'm telling you, I was crying. I can't tell you, I've cried so much in the past 2 days because of the effects that people have had on me. It's insane. Plus, my daughter disappeared for like 2 days and I thought she was dead. Honest to God. So that was very, very stressful to me. And her phone died and she didn't have a charger. I said, don't you ever do that again. Don't you ever do that again. So my littlest one, I had an issue with. I was like, holy crap. I was like, so the full moon really hit me. This is a fear. Some people that I've been dealing with, everything that happened with the relationships and everything, this full moon has been a beast for some people. A beast. For some people, they can use it to be productive, which is great because that was one aspect of it. But anything that was coming up that needed to be seen, holy moly. And I tell you, there've been some very mean people lately, and it's not fair because I do a lot.
I know.
You know, people purchase sessions and stuff, but then when they say, well, what about this? What about this? I'll end up being on the phone with somebody forever or texting. And it's just like, hello. And somebody was mean to me. And when they were mean to me, I just broke down. I was crying because I was so hurt. They left. They didn't know because they never let anybody see me cry.
Hey,
I don't
Ryan.
feel it. But, All right. So, fun. Here we go. Here we go. All right. And this is such a given. Like the fact you're even answering me. Ask what? So Golden says this full moon's been so emotional. That's so crazy. Everyone feeling it. Don't worry, we'll pull through. Everyone, look at that. I love you guys so much. There's Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Ryan is a friend of mine.
Oh, hello, Ryan, friend of Joss's. Daryl Ann, it's a
He's
crazy
very
moon.
handsome.
Yeah, it is a super emotional, chaotic moon. And you know what's so funny? Because I really do all this work on the full moon. And I go over the planets and everything. So then I went online and I started reading other people's stuff. And it's all like this wishy-washy, powder puff, cotton candy full moon and all this stuff. And I'm like, is this the same full moon that I did work on? So what they do is they take the general aspect, they take the sign and what the sign's supposed to mean. And you might have to work through some things, but it's going to be better for your relationships. I freaking do mine. I'm like, listen, some of your lives, all your whole life could just possibly implode right now. To expect I'm like the apocalypse, and they're like, like the sun will forever shine, and I'm like, no, we got to work through this shit. It's important. And I was like, wow, it's really funny. I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, that's crazy. Okay, everybody on here, everybody knows Joss.
No.
Most of them do. Tap into his energy, and actually not just his energy. So I don't want you to tap into his energy. I want you to feel Joss's energy. I want you to feel it. Mama, I'm somebody who doesn't have anxiety or panic attacks. I think I almost had two panics and one anxiety attack this weekend. I think it did. I just went in my room and cried and laid down on the bed till it was released. So I think I almost did. I've been going through it. I was like, holy crap. Big secret pizza party. All right, so everybody tap in. I want you to feel Joss. I want you to feel him. I want you to feel his energy. I want you, and everything with this is about feeling it because you're not necessarily seeing Joss's aura. And I want you to feel who he's been for so many lifetimes and what animal he was in a lifetime. I want to see this is what I make. This is when I make you guys try to get, open up your senses a little bit. Open it. Don't just jump on it.
I need to do something with this beard.
What do you want to do with
it? Shave it.
Do you really? Wait, when's the last time we might have seen you without a beard? Have we ever seen you without a beard?
Usually I shave it like close by my face, but now it's like all over the place.
I don't think. My goodness. Okay, so while everybody's thinking what Joss might be, I need to see animals up here.
I want to see what Ryan thinks.
Ryan, what animal was Joss? A walrus. She really wants you to be a walrus. That would be interesting. Did you ever see that movie Tusk? Was it Tusk? Or whatever, where the man turned the guy that was in Jeepers Creepers into a walrus?
I like horse. Oh, Ryan, a horse.
Of course. This is the easiest thing.
Actually, Elena, you should bring Ryan on. He used to work at the funeral home.
Fun. What is that? I can't tell what that is. We got a bear dating a dolphin. A small cat-like. Oh my goodness.
A fox. Mm.
What do you think you were, Jess?
A bunny.
You think you were a bunny? Is that because you want to be a bunny? Or you
I
think you
love
were a bunny?
bunnies.
An otter, tree fawn. I love you. I love you. The interesting thing is bringing them on. Like, why do you think he was that? Like, why would you think he's an otter? And like, is there psychological stuff around this? And why would you want him to be a walrus, Mama? That's like interesting. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's from the sea. Squirrel. Okay. Josh, what do you think you were?
A bunny.
You were full force, 100%, not a very big one. So you weren't a big one.
A what?
You weren't a big one. So it wasn't like you were a giant, but you were very strong, fast, agile, white wolf that had almost like the blue grays that went
Huh.
through you. But you weren't in Alaska. You were more on the Scandinavian side.
Yeah, Scandinavian.
So that totally taps into your Valhalla and Viking lines that you hail from. But the interesting thing is you were a lone wolf. You didn't like to be in a pack.
No.
You didn't like you watched over everybody and everything, but you kept your distance. It's like you were the perimeter. You know, the fact that he's yellow wolf, yeah. But the yellow wolf is a lot of different things you have to, but that's so, and it has nothing to do with your name. It's just that when I see you standing, because I could see you on the top of the fjords looking out, and I could see the lights, and then I could see how you have the pack, but they're never with you. You always are off on your own, and you stayed your distance.
Hmm.
But you were very, I think that what I'm getting when I tap into who you were then, I wonder if I'm going to get a name. I have to see if I can get your name. Because the locals had a name for you, and
Oh.
they used to feed you fish. You liked fish. You were a dog that liked fish. Hello, or a wolf that liked fish. You ate fish. Um, because you were obsessed with the Northern Lights. So whenever they were like at their peak, you would sit there for hours. So it's like anybody could look off in the distance and see you. You'd be sitting there. You're like that one thing that was always there. I almost have your name. Oh man.
Is it
Oh
with a
man.
B?
Huh? Can't get it. Maybe I'll get it later. It's like it starts with a J. It's either a J or a V that your name starts with, and it ends with an I.
Huh.
Ah, all right. But yes, you're a wolf. You were a wolf.
Rawr.
So, but how are you otherwise? You good?
I'm doing well. It's just a bit boring.
I was about to say you're bored. I was about to say, but you're bored.
I'm bored. Yeah. Very
And how's
bored.
your music going?
Say that again.
How is your music going?
It's going. I'm very creative at the moment. It's flowing, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just work. Work is a rock in my shoe.
What are you doing on Friday or Saturday?
What I was doing on Saturday,
No, the coming Friday or Saturday.
the upcoming one,
Yeah.
I have nothing going on.
Think something's going to happen because you have something happening to you within the next 5 days. Think you're going to be doing something or going somewhere. Might be impromptu. 5 days from now. What's 5 days from now? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, it's either Friday or Saturday, right?
Well, I was supposed to go to Quebec City, but it got shut down.
What got shut down?
I was supposed to go to work in Quebec City, which is like
Uh-huh.
5 hours from here,
Uh-huh.
and it got shut down because, well, there's more stuff going on here at work.
You're not leaving anytime soon, but you really need to. You're so overdone
I need a
with
vacation.
your, you really do. You really do. But it shows something happening within the next 5 days for you. And it's not a negative thing coming. So that's why I'm thinking, where the hell are you going this weekend? So, be open to that coming in, because it's something that's a good thing for you. There's going to be a shift for you. Something's going to happen within 5 days. So let's count 5 days and see what happens on Friday or Saturday. So, because I don't know if it's 5 days from today or we have to count tomorrow because we're almost through the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but yeah, it'd be fun.
I
Even
think.
work with the number 5 right now. Work with the number 5 right now. Everything in fives.
Oh,
Focus on
really?
5. Yeah, it's your number. Focus on 5. Because they're surrounding. It's like you're going to be getting a hold of something. Like you're going to be getting a handle on something. But it's bringing opportunity for you. But they're not showing me what the hell it is. They just said in 5 days.
In 5 days?
Yeah, in 5 days. So it's either Friday or Saturday. Be open to whatever opportunity or something for you, because they say you also really need a release. You really need a release. So open to the opportunities that may come up that might be able to give you that release that you need, that breath that you need.
Are they gonna fire me?
No, that would be fantastic. Oh my God, that would be awesome. You should only be so lucky. That would, you understand? And it's not being mean. Like, why is she saying that? It's because then he'll just go do something else. So it's time to do something else, because, you've been stuck there. Like you were stuck in your apartment for so long
Yeah.
that I don't get that they're going to be firing you. But there's a shift. I know they had needed you to do more, but didn't want to give more money for it. That I know was going on. And that's just not even acceptable, you know? So yeah, just really look at your fives. Be aware of fives, even when you're doing your music. Everything fives, and because that's all creativity and you
Hmm.
having a release. So this could be really a good thing for you if you let it and you don't block it.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to talk on Friday. I'm gonna
Probably.
text you Friday night. All right, what's going on today? What's happening? Really take that opportunity. Okay.
What should I do with my sister?
Oh, I love your sister. Do you see my face? Do you see my face?
I do.
You need to let your sister work it out.
Okay.
She needs to be able to work it out.
Well, she's doing better.
She's doing better, and you're such a good brother to her. You really are. And she really counts on you. But part of her, I think, thinks that when she talks to you or something happens, you're going to find a way to fix it, or give her the right answer. Even if it's when I've worked with her and she's had such great sessions, I talk to Joss, then if I need to talk to Elena kind of thing, he's going to hook that up if he thinks it's best. Like, she really does depend on you. But
Hmm.
she has to learn that she's perfect. And it's not letting her hang out to dry. It's being supportive. But it's letting her know she's perfectly capable to work things out, and she needs to. And it's just for herself more than anything else. Because
Hmm.
she stops herself. She questions herself if she's doing the right thing. And fights something. She's got fears. Doesn't want to screw anything up. Doesn't want to insult anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. So she doesn't necessarily say things when she should say things. She's doing better sticking up for herself, though.
Good.
And I'm getting. But yeah, you have to be there for her, and just say, you can do this, and ask her what she wants. So she's not doing what she thinks you think is best or somebody else feels is best. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And I think your mom's been a lot on your sister's mind lately, too. Is there something going on with your mother?
I don't know.
Because I see something up with your mom and your sister. Just a
I'm
thing,
not
you know.
very involved since everything happened.
Yeah, so I think she's kind of dealing with something with that too. So, or something related. Your mom's trying to do something. Nothing bad, but it just shows that there's something going on with the two of them
Huh.
in one way or another. It's not a bad thing though. It's just she needs to let her figure it out for a little bit, you know. And then when she needs help, give her the help after she's done some work and made some way. Because you're really good concentrating on everybody else. Because then you don't have to worry about making any changes for yourself. Dude, you need to go out on a date too. You need to go out on a date.
No,
Yes, you
no.
do. You need to go out to dinner and laugh with somebody. I don't care if it's a group of people. Get out of your damn house, go sit in a place and laugh. Be brilliant like you are.
I'm not that brilliant. I don't think I am.
You are. Oh my God. If we were in a restaurant together, crap, if we were in the restaurant with half the people that are our peoples on here, that, oh my God, that would be amazing. You have to get out. You have to.
Brian
Please,
needs to bring me out. There you go.
Brian, bring him out.
Ryan.
Bring Ryan, bring him out. Everybody's crushing on you. It's so funny. Thank God you don't live in the States. You'd be in trouble. You got girls crushing on you, guys crushing on you, queens crushing on you. You got everybody crushing on you.
Queens? Oh my
Queen,
gosh.
yes. Siren, she's a queen.
Siren, yeah, I
She was
know.
saying that if he came out right there, but you need to. You need to go out and eat. You need to go out and sit in one of those really cool Canadian places where everything's brick and they have that cool, really wood thing, and you just need to like have a drink and eat something and just laugh. Just bullshit.
Yeah.
It
Ryan,
would
are you
be
still in Ottawa or still Almonte? I just wanted to see what he comments.
he's saying, let's go, he's ready.
Let's go. You should talk to him. He's
I'm gonna pull him on just because you said
Ryan
it. I'm
is
gonna pull him
great.
on.
Ryan is like
He's
awesome.
in Almonte.
Almonte. There you go.
How far is that from you?
Probably an hour. You're
Oh, that's
coming.
easy. He said you're coming. He's coming Friday. He's going to come spend the weekend. That's what's going to happen 5 days from now on Friday or Saturday. He's going to go out and he's going to have a good time and a release, and he's going to start experiencing life again. He may even trim his beard.
Oh yeah, he's gonna trim my beard for sure.
The funniest thing is, the funniest thing about Canada? Canada is beautiful, but like I've been to, I love Montreal, but I love the old architecture and the cobblestone streets. And then I have friends there that are from Italy that have the bakeries and everything there because there's a big Italian population in Montreal. Um, but it's hysterical. It's so big that there's places you have to take a plane to. Like you can go to Canada, but then some of those places you actually got to get on one of them little planes to get to the place you're going to.
Well,
So
you need to
sometimes
see Ottawa for sure.
that would be very cool. I do. I want to book a tour or something, try to create a tour and then go places and work with people and just it goes time to everywhere. It would be brilliant. All right, cool. I'm going to kick you off and I'm going to bring Ryan on. So
Yeah, get Ryan.
I am. Ryan, you're going to be sucked into this craziness.
Just
And
accept
holy
it, Ryan.
crap.
Go on it.
Ooh, ooh,
All
ooh.
right.
He's been here. He's been around a long time. All right.
All
I'm
right.
clipping.
I
X me
love
out.
you,
I'm going to go
Helena.
pick on Ryan. I love you too, sweetheart. Where is he? There no way you're any more insane than I am. No way. I'm absolutely. In fact, when I meet people, I'm like, just so you know, I'm insane. I'm certifiable.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
All right, you have your orders.
Okay. Yeah,
Joss.
I'm on them.
Good. Very cool. Do you know how old you are?
Old.
Very
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
Do you
I
still work in a mortuary?
No, I don't. I actually just opened my own photography studio, so I'm
But you kind of felt at home in the mortuary.
Absolutely. I loved it. Yeah, I really did. It was the first time I felt, I don't know, like a whole.
You felt whole, and you can feel the spirits in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you felt
And
like
it's,
you were feeling like you were crossing some of them people over.
I worked, I lived there in the funeral home and lived and worked there. And that was the only place I ever really, besides my home, family home, it's the only place I felt that was my home. Like, I moved a lot over the years, and that was my favorite place I lived.
Oh, look at that! Fried Kids Chicken and Mystic Mondays. That's fun. So this is really fun because this is your blessing because this is now my mouth gets to water a little bit. I get excited because this is like fun because we got a lot of lifetimes.
Yeah.
Like I said, you were very at home. You helped cross those spirits over, and I know, and it's not a scary thing because they have to be there, but it's really gonna resonate with you, and you're gonna go, oh fuck, that's what that was. Do you know what entity you kind of are connected to?
I've like a nomad.
A Reaper.
Oh,
That's why you felt home. You helped reap people. You helped cross them over. It's kind of like being an angel of death,
yeah.
but in a more, Reapers are more in a human form where they would appear like, in cloaks or this like that. A Reaper can, and they're not evil in any way. People are so afraid of them because they showed with the sin, with the big thing. But they're kind of part of what comes to help cross somebody over. And they are able to appear in different forms, like an angel of death and that kind of thing. And you felt so at home there because your peoples were there.
Yeah.
You really do. And the thing is, you really do walk both sides of the veil.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You really are a shadow worker. So that's what you resonate with. You resonate better on the side that's dark versus light because you help people. You somehow, you have a healer's touch where you're actually really, really good with people that have suffered some form of addiction.
Yep.
Or depression.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So it doesn't mean you're going hardcore over there, but it means you're able to people who are just starting to come over that are rising up, you're able to help them. You're able to lay a hand on somebody. And Joss, if you do go see him, at some point at night, maneuver away when he doesn't realize it, maneuver away where you just put his hand on his shoulder or his hand on his chin so he can feel how warm your hands are. You have extremely warm hands, and sometimes they're warmer than others. And that's because you are a healer. What type of photography are you doing?
I do a little bit of everything, portrait, fashion, landscape, product, pretty much anything.
Do you do black and white too?
Yep. I love black.
Because I see a lot of black and white work for you.
Yep. I love it.
A lot of black and white, and I see you starting to catch like a lot of different orbs or other things in the pictures.
Yeah. So for I had a spiritual awakening at the beginning of the pandemic, which just completely opened my everything up. It was documented on camera, and there was orbs all around. Like I captured the exact moment it happened.
But that's because you're a Reaper. That's your job.
Yeah.
Like crossing people over. Like there's gatekeepers, but it's a little bit different. And your ability to heal and choose, like when somebody's coming through. And it's really creepy because if you were with somebody and working with them, and this is a big power to have, but you would never just do something like that lightly. If somebody was extremely ill in the hospital and was on the urge of going from one way to the other, you could actually lay a hand on them and say that it's going to be okay. You can go. And they would leave.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you really can physically cross people over, and it's a huge gift that you have. But that's why you felt at home in the mortuary. But although you see them and you talk to them, they don't bug you for you to give people messages.
No.
It's like you all just kind of work together. Like they annoy the shit out of me and say, well, you got to do, like, I can't go to funerals.
Yeah.
Because I go to a funeral unless somebody really needs me there. I'm like, you can't. If I go there, they're going to start talking to me.
Right.
I went to a funeral where somebody insisted that I go, and I had a message for her husband, and it's something that he had promised when she was like 15, you know. But then he had this message for a really close friend of theirs that I didn't know. And I was like, no, I'm not going up to her and going to tell her. She's going to freak. She doesn't know me. And then I talked to his wife, who was my friend. She's like, no, you got to go give her the message. So I went over there. I'm like, I'm not a crazy person. You know, they told me that I should give you the message that you were going to be okay. Started giving it to her. She started crying, said, you're a horrible person. How can you do this? I mean, and I was just like, whoa. So when it comes to like going to funeral homes, I like really, unless I'm doing work there, I really try to avoid them because otherwise they bug me. And I can't always tell people a message because people aren't always ready for them.
How I get it is that so I do tarot reading. So I get it through like if they need a message, they ask me to give them a reading. Then there's like pick up your cards and give them a reading, and then that's how they kind of get their message through. I find because I'll just be like randomly, and that's the message I get from them. Now I've also closed myself off quite a bit in taking those messages because when I do get them, it takes everything out of me.
Oh, it does. It does. It does.
And I get like. If I go into that space, I'm not right for a very long time. So I've closed myself off from there. And maybe that was because of my experience working in a funeral home that I was able to kind of really shut them down because it takes too much out of me now to do it.
And you have to understand, like I always tell people, everybody has the ability to do it. Like you opened up because of what you went through. Okay.
Yeah.
It's also because of how old you are, which we're going to do in a second. But some people are meant to do, like I do this for a living. This is my work. Some people, they have the gift and they do it and they share it with people. That's not necessarily what they're meant to do on a regular basis because it is extremely draining. If you're really somebody who's working with people or healing people, your healing ability, you really need to hone into that.
How do I do that?
Oh my God, we're going to have to talk.
Yeah.
Because even your ability to just somebody who has cancer and it's just, and you really are, and it's hard because it's so emotional, but you really are connected with people that have serious illnesses. Some of them terminal, where to give them relief, being able to just give them a little bit of relief and peace.
Now, can I go the other way in terms of giving it the life, or is it just
you're not dark. There's nothing about you that's dark.
Yeah.
There's nothing about her.
Flip that into just somebody's dying. Maybe can I bring them back?
Yes. You can bring them back a little bit, give them a little bit of time. You can help somebody else connect through them. There's so many different things you can do. There's nothing dark about what you do. That's why you felt at home where you were here, but you're here for life and it's a choice. Okay.
Right. I don't think being dark.
You have such an ability. There's nothing dark. When you walk in the shadows, I'm a shadow walker. It doesn't mean that you're evil. It just means the only way you can truly save somebody, especially if they're struggling and say, not just from demons and ghosts and that fun stuff, that stuff is actually fun for you. That really is. And you have a whole other thing I have to tell you. But it's the fact that my brain went dead because I was going on that other thing. I'm thinking about too many things at once. Oh, it's the fact that for you to help somebody, even when you're doing mediumship work or I do life path work or I have to tell, sometimes I'm getting how old he is. Cool yourself. Sometimes you have to be able to walk on the other side of the veil to grab them, to pull them out. You have to be able to see what they're up against. You have to be able to see, okay, is this them and maybe a sickness or a mental illness they're fighting, or is something oppressing them?
Yeah, that's exactly.
So you have to be able to have the strength and the instincts if you're supposed to go down that dark alley for protection. Not many people have that. Like you have all these idiots that, not that I want to say idiots, nobody take offense. A lot of people think they can go ghost hunting.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. We're going to go buy all the equipment, this, and this. So, and then they'll go to the places that are known to be really haunted and like not necessarily haunted by the good ghosties. Let's just put it that way. Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll go in. They won't know how to draw or anything protection around themselves. They don't know what they're seeing or what's feeling. And then a lot of them go in and end up taking something home with them. Yeah. Or a lot of people end up picking up something that will physically harm them. So it's like, for me, ghost hunting is fun, and being able to work something and pull something out of them. It's serious work, but it's work. I get the job done. A lot of the work I do is so emotional with people. So it's just so, or healing. It's so draining, or it drains you when you heal somebody. This is, you go in, you get a bouncer, you get the job done, and you leave, or you like
Yeah.
cross people over. It's different.
Yeah.
But a lot of people go and they shouldn't be going. Now,
Oh
the
yeah.
biggest
Because if you don't know how
part
to
of
close yourself on or close
it's
yourself
not a
off,
joke. It's not a joke. It really isn't.
no.
It isn't. Um, even seances, like I tell people, do mediumships with me. You want to do a seance? You insisted. It's just a family member. It's some people you know in your family or a best friend. Only people allowed at that seance are everybody that's connected to that person. You are signing a waiver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't mess.
Because I'm opening up a gateway, even though I know how to do it in protection,
Yeah.
and I charge an insane amount of money
Good.
because they're so dangerous. They're so dangerous.
Yeah.
But your black and white metaphysical photographs, the spiritual work,
Mm-hmm.
is going to, if you start focusing on that, there is such a niche for that right now.
Okay, like, can you give an example? Like black and white spiritual?
When you go with catching pictures, because automatically in some of your pictures, if you look,
Yeah.
especially at the certain exposures, you can see spirits or orbs or
Yeah.
things in the back. You're actually getting like a lot of I'm seeing that you're actually getting apparitions or white mist or something in the pictures. So the thing is you're going to be able to do a whole thing in a whole, what do they call it when you guys go put stuff up a gallery, a show, like a show, like you're going to be able to do a whole show and be able to talk about it, because a lot of that's going to start coming coming to you. And as your pictures get out there, there's actually people that are going to be reaching out to you for you to go and photograph a ghost hunt.
Okay.
And things like that, which you charge for.
So do you
Okay.
think maybe I have to go back and take a look now and be aware? I have a database of about 75,000 photos.
Look at all your pictures, especially from when you had that awakening.
Yeah.
Look at all the pictures. Look at all the pictures.
That summer I had one following me around too for a while. It doesn't matter where it was, what time of day it was, whatever it was always there. So yeah, that's interesting. And I just kind of remembered that. So I'm going to go back and have a look.
Yeah, but now you had something that was falling around. It felt good though, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, fine.
Felt like an old friend, right?
It was a relative. Like I'm pretty sure it was,
Felt like an old friend, right?
Yeah. I thought it was my grandfather or somebody, a family member. Yeah.
It was one of your friends that used to hang out. It was actually a female energy, not a male energy. Okay. Around 12, 13, 14 years old, was always on your right side. So you would feel more pressure on the right side. And it was almost like somebody that you guys were, it's almost like that person that was with you. How did you get rid of them?
I don't know. They just stopped.
Did you, because she was connected to you. She's connected to you. She's connected to you.
13 or 14? I was hanging around her at 13, 14?
No, well, not even in this lifetime. Might have been a past lifetime, because sometimes you'll get. I had done a group meditation before I was banned, and I had to have a hoodie on and look down because I used to get so excited. Where he ended up being a very good friend of mine, but there was a blonde 17-year-old girl from Australia that was attached to him.
Okay.
So I see people orb. I see high shop and smoke shop. So. But you have so much cool stuff going on. Your photography is amazing for you.
Yeah.
It really is. I think really realizing who you are, and it's okay. Like, you don't have the fear of the things, which is great. You don't even have fear. The fear of death for you is not there.
You're right. 100%.
It's none, but it's more on a spiritual level because you just know.
Yeah, I woke up at one day and everything went away. All the fear, it was gone. The fear of death, fear of future, everything I was afraid of, and I just stopped really giving a shit. And and it's been the most freeing thing. I just had that conversation with somebody today, and just that, like, you have to just let it all go.
Yeah, but really, because your photography is amazing, especially your black and white.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good.
Especially, and I haven't seen any of your work yet, but they're showing me. So I'm seeing, but then they're showing me that you've caught a lot of otherworldly beings in your photographs,
That's super interesting.
which is super interesting. And once you do that, you're able, you have the work to do that, and you feel things too. You feel if something's negative, you feel if something's positive.
Yeah.
They keep, and the funniest thing is, and I don't know if it's going to make any sense to you, but they keep on telling me to tell you, stay away from anything that has anything to do with Alexander Crowley.
With who?
Crowley. So then you don't know anything about him. He was the one that back in the day, he had the cult. It was like sex cult, but he was like with tarot and all this other stuff. He was kind of like dark.
Okay.
He was very, very dark. Jimmy Page bought his mansion.
Okay.
And what do you call it? But I think, which would mean if you don't know who it is,
Mhm.
I think some of the dark is going to try to come in and hook and get you to go, because that's the power end of it. That's where sometimes we're the power end of it, but it can't. So they're throwing the warning out for me that anything that you see that has anything that would lead with it's okay to read about, but read about from the other side, not where you're going to get interested in doing that work per se.
And okay, that makes sense. The one thing is that I've been the teachings I've been learning from. I've just been one teachings. I haven't gone off course on anything. I haven't really looked into anything except the one teachings that were taught originally. So I stick to those, and that's.
I want you to realize you're a natural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I was born the way I am, and I have all the abilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And anybody who's a medium, psychic, clairsentient, clairaudient, a healer, you'll find every one of us has the abilities. But I was born that way, so I'm not just one. A lot of people, that's why you'll see me doing so much stuff.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to be put in a box.
Yeah.
A lot of people resonate more and are gifted more in one area. So that's what they focus on. So they say, I'm a medium. Well, you're not just a medium. It's impossible for you to just be a medium.
Yeah.
It's just that's what they focus on. You naturally are who you are. And that's why, and they opened up, that was a huge thing for you. Mm-hmm. So, you are connected with the Reaper, and that's in a good way. That's not in a bad way. Yeah. You are able to see them and to feel them, but they don't hamper, they don't tread on you. Yeah. It's like you get to view them, but they're not messing with you, kind of thing.
No, I mean, you get every once in a while they do.
Yeah, and you're somebody that, like I said, your gift is you're the kind of healer that can help somebody, pull them out of depression, stop them from committing suicide, make them see something a little bit different in their darkness. You can show them the light, which is huge.
That's where I find it most.
You also can calm somebody who is mourning by touching their hands and holding their hands and just breathing and taking a look at them. You can absolutely immediately calm them and bring them peace. So you bring them peace. And you, like I said, if you ever got into that kind of work, you actually could be somebody that, when it's somebody's time to cross, and if they're afraid, you're able to bring them peace and say it's okay.
I would love to learn that.
There are actually a lot of people who have that ability. They're death doulas. So they help. They talk to the people, and because you have no fear of it, you know all about it. Yeah. From this side and the other that has blessed you. So it's helping the families and things like that, but then also helping the people. That's huge. And I want to do something interesting, guys. What amazing series that they had limited for like 6 seasons only, which broke my heart because I loved it. Who does he look like? What series? Let's see if they get it, because you look like somebody.
I know exactly what you're talking.
Do you really? It's like my favorite.
Yeah, it's coming back, eh?
No.
Yeah.
They're doing it again? He said he wanted to stop it because stop it while it's good.
Wait, I think we're talking about the same thing.
No, we're not. It's not. It's Schitt's Creek.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying 6 Feet Under, because I get that all the time.
No, Schitt's Creek. You look like the one's boyfriend. They got married. Oh, and yeah. You're like his twin.
Really? I haven't heard
his twin. Can you play a guitar? Can you play an acoustic guitar and sing really well? I'm gonna have to send you the link to it. You look just like him.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
you really do. Yeah. You look just like him. Yes, he does. Just be quiet. That's how I see him. You can see him any way you want. That's how I see him. Leave me alone on it. Okay, how many lifetimes has he been here? Let's see. Really work on your photography was a good thing for you.
Yeah,
Like really doing different pictures and going into, having, the studios and stuff and really selling your art online. Like you should be selling, you're gonna be able to sell your pictures for, consider, you're going to start humble because that's your nature. But
I'm literally tonight going on and pressing it all.
yeah, but they're going to grow. They're going to be in demand and they're going to grow.
Okay, I love it.
But your black and white is fantastic. Like I just keep on seeing just your black and whites and how you can catch certain things. But you see people. The greatest thing is when you look through your camera, you actually, if you're looking at and even a place, because you could see the spirit in a tree.
Yeah.
You have that ability because guess what? Trees have spirits, guys. It's true. Every flower, every hummingbird, they radiate. It's almost like, it's really like they have all the energy that goes around them. So when you get the pictures, that's why they're so amazing. Even if you were to do color, but it's just stunning work.
Because I see life force in the trees, and that's what when I take trees, I see them breathing and moving. To me,
you can see them. You try to wait for, when you take a good picture, people will go snap, 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 snap. But it's like you'll take it and you'll wait just for the right moment.
And for me, that's what my spiritual awakening was. It was when it was happening to me. It was like something went into me that was, I'm gonna say, like my third eye. And from that moment on, I was able to see things in a whole new perspective. I was able to see things in a completely different form. And that day on, that my photography went from that exact moment. And
so
it was like
your path that you went to, such a good path. Such a good path. You're where you need to be. And yes, every living thing has energy. We're all connected, and it also connects dimensionally, which is huge too, which is a whole. So the work, you can go either way with your work. I still need a photo shoot from Ryan. Ooh, that would be fun to do on the weekend. Yep.
It won't be in 5 days because I'll be away, but I'm picking up tomorrow.
So, too funny. Josh needs to go out more. He needs to return to the world of the living. All right. So, we're doing lifetimes now. I got somebody said, give me the lifetimes again, guys, so that I could do this because I went off on a tangent like I always do because that's what I do. You're like fun for me because I could see all these different things in you. So I can see, okay, this is what your life is, but this is what you've been moving into. And this is why you were that way. I mean, they just gave me a whole bunch of shit on you, which is awesome. So it's like fun. It's like, ooh, this is like fun. This is somebody that's really learning and opening up. Yeah. Not that I don't love you all you guys, but we haven't had, he really is fresh meat.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
He hasn't had it, you guys, we've worked through everything with a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
So this is fun. All right, so we got 27, 17, 20, 11, 16, 35, 36. You guys aren't even close. How many lifetimes do you think you've been here, old man?
I'm going to say about, how many lives have I lived?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say probably 150.
No, not quite that long. Do you know, which is okay, you could, not quite that long. Do you have a feeling of when you think you entered your first lifetime, when it was?
Yeah, in like this kind of like monk, like a nomad kind of era.
We were in a nomad era.
Yeah.
Maybe the time frame, you think?
I don't know. I don't know too much about them, but that's...
You go so far back that you came through, I see you coming through the desert, okay? Before the Egyptian period, before that period started, you came right before that. You walked through the gates. Very much, it's interesting because it's because back then there wasn't a lot out there, so you really were like one of the first conscious men. You weren't a Neanderthal, let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But you're older than Egypt on the planet. But that makes sense if I see you coming through and you're walking and I see you in the dark thing with the little hood on your head, and a walking stick, and you had a special set of beads that were around your neck, but they were big beads, like big wooden beads. And but that would make sense in who you're connected with. So I would have to really do some research on, but that's what they show me. It was before Egypt. It was before the first pyramid.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
which is pretty cool.
Now, what can I take from that? Like, can I tap into those past lives?
Oh yeah, we do that all the time. You don't have to do it with me. You absolutely want to do it with your trust, but there's a ton of people that have done them with me. So they'll give you, even Josh. Josh goes all the way. Josh was Poseidon's son, which is really cool. Yep, it's old, but that doesn't mean that the life. It's interesting when you're going to get his lifetimes, because you lived very full, long lifetimes. Your lifetimes were all very long, and then you took your time in the spirit world in between. So it's almost like you lived a lifetime here, and then you lived a lifetime there, and you've been skipping. So when you say 50, when you say, I almost give away your lifetimes, how many lifetimes? You said 100 and something. Oh yeah, that's very true if that's what you're feeling, but it's you lived your full lifetime here and then you stayed in the spirit world and did your work there and you hop back here. So you're alternating. So you take what I give you and you times it by 2, and that's pretty much where you're at.
Okay. Yeah.
You're a very interesting being. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But you're very even keeled. You're a very even keeled being, which is interesting. You're not really drama oriented. You're not bitchy, really. I mean, you're.
You know,
But you like it this way. You like it being the way it's supposed to be, though, because you kind of.
My thing is, like, I don't get involved in things unless, like, I'm the first kind of person to admit that I'm wrong. But like, I will fight to the death if I know I'm right. And that's what I do. I fight for things that I know that are meaningful, and I go away the things that are gone.
And you're opening up, like you have so much. It's going to be your choice in how you want to live your life, and what part of your gifts you're going to use, and what parts you're just going to have there for when you need them or just for fun. It's very interesting because you don't do parlor tricks. You're not somebody who will perform for somebody, which is good. I think your photography is going to be a huge thing for you. And it's just really, it's just my third eye is like, it's just really cool because of where you're at. But yeah, to tap in, past soul retrievals, you do numerous soul retrievals. You would have to do numerous ones, but you start with the main one. You can do to really see what opens you up in this lifetime. Past life regressions, this lifetime to really see what opens you up, because you have to understand each you went through a traumatic experience every time you opened up. Something either extremely emotional or traumatic happened to you that opened you up each time, because that was your thing, that was your release. It has to be, and then boom, another gift opens up. A lot of people realize, like people who've died and had a near-death experience, and all of a sudden they come back. You know what I'm saying? So it's huge. So you would do past life regressions for that, soul retrievals for the things that you've gone through in this lifetime that opens you up for that. I do journeys, which actually cross people over. In fact, the other day I did a journey for people, because it's great that I'm a medium and I talk to dead people, and you could come in mediumship and want to get a hold of somebody. That's great that we can do that, and that they can speak through me and tell you all the things you need to know. And then I'm not full of shit, because they'll start telling you things that happened when you were little. And how would I know? Because I don't follow people on here until I've worked with them for a while, because I don't want to be prompted. When I do a session, I don't want people to tell me what they want to know. Just give me the areas we're working with. I don't want to know shit, because I want you to know that I'm not full of shit, because I'm very invested in the people that I work with. But I did it was a journey, and I put a portal in it so that a lot of people lost, so they'd be able to sit with their loved ones and sit with them themselves. If I can take you into a place that you have on the other side, that you have, that's just your place in your Akashic field where you're safe and you're protected, and you could sit with who passed on and have a conversation with them yourself, isn't that so much better than getting it through me?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm like, all right, so we're going to do this. I brought them through preparing, opened up a portal. Now, before my second meditation, I said, okay, I'm getting something on this. I'm like, guys, for some of you, this might go dark because it was showing that I said, let it take you, face what's going on. You need to see it. Because I knew, like, some people got to hang out with their loved ones, and I had somebody that actually jumped ship 10 minutes before the end.
Mm.
I got scared to death. It like everything I said, they went into a complete parallel universe
Oh.
of this. But they had to face it because they changed. And the interesting thing is this is he jumped off. I was in an area where everybody was wandering, so I could go. He's like, I had to leave. I got scared to death. It went really dark. Everything you said that was possibly going to happen happened to me. I didn't know what to do. I said, listen, it's done in 10 minutes. I'm going to pull you in and we discuss it.
Mm.
And he died on the table a year ago.
Oh. Wow.
I looked at him because I can see when you guys are in the journey, so I know where you're at. I said, you can't be afraid of it. I told you to face it. I said, you died on the table. You died a couple of times. You had a near-death experience. After that, you just ran forward. You went through everything you went through and all the emotional stuff that happened to you. You never faced it.
Mm.
You treated it. I said, and the problem is, and in your nature. And I said, and you've been different since then. You're not you anymore. He's like, I've been different. Like everything he is, it's just like holds him back. He was more depressed. He had a really rough time the past year. And I said, we need to face it. I said, we're going to have to go in. So like, I'm going to do a session where he goes in and he faces it.
Mm.
And then he faces the people that are trying to take his power in his lifetime, because we can go both sides.
Yeah.
But this pulled it up, and I said, you brought something back with you. So it's not inside you, but it's attached to you. You brought it back. We got to get rid of it. That's why you haven't been able to get into the schools you wanted to get into, and you're always doubting yourself, been so depressed to the point where you didn't want to be here anymore. I said, we can fix this. I said, it's good that you saw it. I said, because now we know. Now I know what we need to do, And then the other person that went through that portal, because we had 4, 2 did fine and got what they needed. The other 2 was like, well, they came back. He said, oh my God, the beginning was amazing. And then all of a sudden he goes, I think I might have been kidnapped when I was younger. I think I might have been abducted because I was little and I had chloroform on my face. Like all of a sudden I said, and I was like, and my spirit guide told me to ask you, why is everything with your life his life like a murder mystery? And I said, well, this is just another thing. Who done it? So now I'm like, this is real. I'm like, now we can do sessions to bring you back and find out if you were abducted or if this was a past life. Because he says this is more current life than past. He's like, I wonder if I was adopted. And that's why he has to disconnect with his parents like he sometimes does. So was I abducted? It was hysterical. He came back. He's like, chloroform. I could still smell the chloroform. And I'm like, wow, for some of you, it really did go. Like, but I warned them. Ahead of time. So there's all these different sessions. Huh? I can't hear you. What happened? Where did you go? Now speak.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Okay.
Your past lives, is it, to me, how I see it is that it's a way to do your life over to kind of get it right.
For some reason, I'm not getting any sound on you right now. And I don't. Now I am.
Oh, okay.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have a question. So is it that every life that you have, it's you need to learn something, you take something from that life until you feel you get it right, so then you can.
Okay, it's not till you feel you get it right. It's until you get it right.
Okay.
Okay. And we're still going to do the lifetimes. I didn't forget. I have people hanging on for your lifetimes. They all want to know. What happens is at your creation, okay? And really a lot of times can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? You can hear me.
Yeah.
I hope they can hear me. Here, let me go this way. Not go this way. So what happens is in a lot of lifetimes, when you come back into your creation, like when people first start meditating, and I bring them into their Akashic field, okay? And they come back, well, the place was really dark. I'm like, was it dark? Like black? They said, yes. I'm like, was it like black but reflective? You know, that metallic black that reflects almost like a mirror, but it's that deep black? Yeah. They're like, yeah. And I said, there was nothing there? They said, nope. And I said, but it was completely peaceful and felt like home? They said, yes. I'm like, okay. I said, well, guess what? That was your creation. That is when you were made. That is when you signed your soul contract. We always signed a contract of what we were supposed to do. You really woke up now to part of your job.
Right.
It's a big deal. I mean, this
Yeah.
is really cool. Like, it's a really cool thing, and it's not scary. For me to say you're one of the Reapers
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing. A lot of people say, oh, that's scary, that's dark. I'm like, no, it's not. They're necessary. They help cross people over, and they take them. It's their job. It's just you can't get away from one. When one comes, it's time to go.
Right.
There's no choice kind of thing. That's why you were able to do so well what you did working at a mortuary and dealing with people and things. So you make it. And the thing is we all have a masculine and a feminine part of us. There's two parts. At our creation, we are split in half. Both parts make their agreements, their contracts. Okay? Now, that's why people always want more. They always feel like a part of them is missing. They have this longing. Now, you can have so many soulmates through your lifetime, and they're fantastic. They're people you're meant to be with. They can be friends. They can be partners, everything. People are like, will you help me draw on my twin flame? I'm like, I can tell you how. I can work with you, but I'm telling you this. If you try to draw in your twin flame where you know who they are before it's time, I said that will be the most painful, miserable experience for you ever. Because if they're not time for them to be, or they're not ready where they need to be, or you're not, I said, you can't be with them. So then you know who you're supposed to be with. You know who that person, because a twin flame, you have a heart that's full of holes. And people say they're brokenhearted. Yeah, so then our broken heart's healed and yada, yada, yada. Now what a twin flame is if this is my heart and these are all my holes, when you join with your twin flame, they fill those holes. So there's no scars.
Right.
They legitimately complete you.
Yeah.
So when twin flames come together, they've lived very similar lives. They come together. Everything basically just fits with them in every way. So all they need is each other. They're a big thing of light, and people are drawn to it. It's like the most perfect, amazing love. Now, twin flames, that's actually when you're able to ascend and go home. Because that means you have done your work. Ryan's 12th flame is not here right now. Nowhere on the planet right this minute. So you're done. You can go home and choose to ascend, or you can choose to continue working.
Right.
Like for me, I was here at the very beginning, and I'm here to the end. There's nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
So at the point where I merge, we're going to be working till the end. It's just the way it is. That's my contract.
Right.
So now when you go through lifetimes, you are to fulfill your job, what your contract is. Now, as you live, you're also here to have the human experience. Okay? Sometimes we make mistakes. The biggest key is trying to rectify the mistakes you've made. So if you live a life, like I had somebody whose father crossed over, and I said, and I didn't even know who he was. I'm like, he was, and I'm real. I'm like, excuse my jersey. I'm like, he was a bastard. He was abusive. He did this, he did this, he did this, he did this. And I said, and he's on the other side, and he knows he did it. He don't give a shit. So guess who's coming back to do it all over again? He's going to get back into the same type of lifetime. Okay? So now he needs to redo it. So that's what your karma is, not your kismet. So in this lifetime, even if somebody said, well, that person's gone, I can't find them. If you are legitimately sorry and you speak into the universe legitimately, because it's connected, energy is energy, and you try to make that right.
Yeah.
It's really good. Not somebody who thinks, okay, I'm going to rectify this and go forward, because the universe knows God knows if it was right or if it's not. You know what I'm saying? He's going to tell you. So what happens is you get sent back. So I tell people in this lifetime, we're all human. Do your best to make good on any harms you've done.
Yep.
So you don't have to do it all over again. Learn your lessons. If not, you may not have to go through everything, but your next lifetime, you still have to learn those lessons. So you may get to move forward, but you still have to go through some of that shit. So if we can make it good now, why not make it good now versus being caught behind? Because then what happens is your twin could be moving forward in leaps and bounds, and then you can have somebody else that's just chicken or this or that, and it's just taking forever to get where they're going. You know?
When two flames come together, that's when you can...
That's when you can ascend.
Okay. I like that.
And like I said, when people say, oh, twin flame, I'm like, listen, you know, because people don't understand, oh, I want to meet, I want to meet your twin flame. And I'm like, listen, no, you don't, unless you're better off living your life and drawing in your soulmate. and doing what you're meant to do and having this amazing human experience, as good or as bad as it gets, because it gets bad, no joke. But if you walk that line, where you're trying to do better and you know better and you're not getting caught up in the bullshit, you'll keep going. Because like I said, if you see you could be in the same lifetime with a twin flame when twins start recognizing each other.
Yeah.
The worst thing in the world is to be a twin who recognizes their twin flame and they don't even recognize them yet.
Yeah,
then it's like you're pining away at somebody you can never have. And then what's even worse is when you both see each other and you want to be with each other so badly, but the one person's not done yet. They can't leave.
Right.
So then you both know. So it's just like, certain things, just let them happen the way they need to. If you do what you're supposed to, then you're going to get there quicker. But if you keep pining, like I have my Joanne, she tells her twin flame, because that's one of her spirit guides. He decided to stay one, because they could be your spirit guides too, to help her out. He's like, you need to go live this life. Will you go and do what you have to do? Because then we can be together sooner. If you keep pulling the shit, we can't. He even punished her and said, I'm not coming back. I'm leaving you for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's really hysterical because, I actually had to bound a twin flame she was on the other side and was jealous of a man's current wife. And I had to bind her. I had to go in and bind her because she wouldn't stop. And then when we felt she might have and he felt he needed the connection again, kind of took a peek in and she said, I'll behave. I won't cause, because she was causing problems in the marriage. It was like no joke. And you have to remember, in our lifetimes, a lot of bad things happen and people sometimes don't understand it. I'm like, you don't understand. Sometimes you're somebody's lesson. And sometimes somebody's your lesson. And there's things that you go through. It's how you deal with it and you rise above it, because shit's going to be shit. I told my kids, I said, life is rough, man. You could find it. You could feel like every part of your life sucks. I said, but if you get 60 seconds of absolute pure bliss with no issues every 6 months, you are doing amazing. If you get just 60 seconds of pure bliss, that should carry you on. And they're like, that's really extreme, Mom. I'm like, we got to go to the extremes, because sometimes it can get really rough for a long time. So if you're doing really good, that's just bonus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You have been on this planet, or these lifetimes, this is your 57th time around. Now, if we times that by 2, because you've equaled, that's 114. But you're a reaper. I love the fact you're a reaper. It's so much fun. And a lot of people just don't understand. Like, I don't want anybody thinking you're evil, because you're not evil in any way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they're not, you can't talk a reaper out of something. Let's just put it that way. You can't talk a reaper. So here's one of the little pendulums. Okay. Stop. Show us what you do when you say yes. Oh, he likes you. This one's energy is jumping. I'm going to move it up. Stop. Show us what you do when you say no. Moving side to side. Show us what you do when you're thinking or you're counting. I actually get my pendulums to say I love you too, because it's very important. Stop. How many lifetimes has Ryan lived here? And feel free to show off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, and then it goes back and forth. 57 lifetimes. One of your lifetimes, I believe, you were a Buddhist monk. And another lifetime, they showed me when we were going through, you were actually back in the time when the war happened between the Christians and the Muslims. When the Muslims actually went and took Jerusalem.
Okay.
But you were a Muslim. but they were very, very holy people. They weren't evil in any way. They were fighting. They were fighting for the land. You know what I'm saying? Their religion, like you weren't. They were actually the leaders at that time. Were very god. They were very godly people in their religion, and they just. You got the punishment you deserved, but they spoke with intelligence, and they were able to, let's come to terms with it. But then if you didn't come to terms, then they would fight like no other. And the reasons for them fighting, and then the reasons for the people that were fighting against them, during the Crusades, it wasn't always about Jesus. It was about, a lot of it, for a lot of people, was about land and was about power. And money and greed. It wasn't about their religion. It wasn't about God. They just kind of went underneath that guise. There was very holy people that did believe in that, like the King of England at the time, who actually went off and fought himself. But for the other people, it wasn't that way. So does all that fun stuff resonate with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
What fun!
Yeah,
you just took over tonight, man. There was just too much. I just couldn't.
I never listened to these live things, but Josh's thing came up, and I'm like, I didn't know who you were or anything, and I just I like this girl's voice, and that's what I was saying, and I kind of cleaned up my bedroom here, and I was just listening as I went, and then I really resonated with the voice. Like, I can just stick in and see what goes on here, and that was fantastic.
It's because you're meant. People find me when they're meant to, when they're ready to.
Yeah.
And you went through a transition, and you know who you are, and now. They brought you to me. Actually, Josh helped along with it.
Yes, he did.
But they delivered you to me so that now we can deliver the work. But I'm just so excited for what you're doing. And I can't wait to be able to share it with everybody. And thank you for coming on, because it was so much fun. Like for me, he's a reaper. That's fantastic. He's 57 years old. I'm like, and look at the artwork. Look at his photography. He doesn't mind dead people. It's because he hangs out with them.
Yeah.
He's a healer. He calms people. He helps addicts. Like if you were a firefighter or an EMT, you would be amazing at your job.
Yeah.
Amazing. So there's so many things that so it's like, ooh, this is fun.
Well, I think I couldn't appreciate it more. It's very nice to meet you. And
very nice to meet you. And we do this every Monday night. Doesn't mean you're going to get this kind of attention every Monday night. Usually I do quick reads, but sometimes when Spirit said, and there's a lot of cool stuff for other people to learn.
Absolutely.
Like people on here, a lot of people learn different things.
Yeah.
And learn that something wasn't, just because just because society projects something as being scary or evil doesn't mean it is.
Yeah.
In any way.
Yeah.
Because what you do is a hard job, but it's a gift. It really is. It isn't a bad thing. So I can't wait to see everything, but welcome to our family. If you want to do work, you could just, go to the website, direct message me, tell me what you're interested in doing. Talk to Josh, because Josh has done a lot of work with me, as has his sister.
Okay. And
then other people here. Like you say, I need to talk to somebody about this. They all love telling about their experiences, so I don't have to say anything.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
And get Josh out. I gave you homework.
Yeah, I will. Absolutely.
Get him out. Josh is like, oh man, really? Really? He's pushing I push him so bad though.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Josh.
He's coming for you. All right, cool. All right. You are so welcome.
Thank you.
But yeah, anytime. So you have to click out for me. You do.
All right.
I can't click out for myself.
Perfect.
All right, look at my goofy elephant ears, everybody. I have like these little tiny big ears that stick out. All right, click out. You have to exit. That was fun. That was really fun. It was. Okay, since Ryan is a friend of mine, do we have... All right, Josh, you already know the scent of that. I have to get the name of your wolf name. I have to get your wolf name. Oh, my God. It's really bugging me now. I'm going to have to tap into you later. I really am, Josh. Okay. Of course. Well, first of all, Josh, you're very close to him, so you have a very close bond. So, yes, your lives have intertwined. But you already know anybody that enters into this space here, especially if they stay away around, guess what? We're all part of the same soul family. So guess what? Every single one of you have hung out with me or one time or another. Like my voice resonated with Ryan. He remembered me. So when you, all of a sudden, that voice, it connects with me, like you feel this need, that means, guess what? That person. So he remembered me. So it's like those things when you come back to people from the past. And it doesn't necessarily it's not romantic all the time, guys, so don't jump there. It just means, okay, this is somebody that I'm supposed to be working with. I know this person. I've known this person a really long time. And it's like when people start coming home. Let's just put it that way. How about that? Does that make sense, Talia? Oh, because you're so funny, Shar. That was a good question. That was a good question, Shar. Where are you? That was a good question. Hey.
Oh, sorry. Hey.
Don't you
Had to tell
realize
my
that,
camera.
that we have feelings on this time and this side and the other side?
Yes.
And if you're with your twin flame, you long to behold with them again. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're further ahead of them and they're not with you, you want to be with them. So you could see them and all of a sudden you see them happy in the marriage on this plane and you can't be with them. Entities get feelings too. Twin flames get
Makes sense.
feelings too. We're fine when we go over there, but you could have, like, my guides are upset with me. All those means, you could be frustrated. One of your damn guides saying you're really trifling right now. You're not doing what I tell you to do. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, step it up. You're welcome, Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
anytime. So it's just part of the evolution process. And sometimes when you're with your twin longs to be whole with you. But because she was wreaking havoc and she wasn't letting him forget her. So it's like he was dreaming about her and they were having like astral sex and things like that. And it was
Mm-hmm.
pulling away from his current life. And that was really hard. So we had to go in and bind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she needed to be able to realize you're causing him harm. If you want to be there as a guide, you can. But if you're going to do this, it's too much. Because
Yeah. That's
we
all it
have
was.
to, you don't have a choice. You have to live this human existence this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to live this lifetime right. Because a lot of people say, okay, well, if you have more than one lifetime, it's not just lifetime. I said, you have one lifetime, this lifetime, no do-overs. Which means
Mm-hmm.
you want to get the best out of this lifetime and do what you're supposed to be doing. And
Right.
then be able to ascend. So yeah, they can get, and then you could have, like, Ryan had that little girl that was crushing on him. That 14 or 15-year-old, that was some girl he was attached to another lifetime. She was, they were,
Yeah.
they had a little thing going then, and she was
Mm-hmm.
following him around, crushing on him. You could have somebody like my one friend that had the chick from the 17-year-old from Australia. She attached because he was doing work, and she actually jumped on him because she liked him.
Oh, wow.
They have
Yeah. Okay.
feelings.
They
They
just
do
do what they
have
want. Yeah.
feelings. They do. They are,
Yeah.
spirits are not dumb, ignorant, unintelligent beings. They feel,
Mm-hmm.
but it's different. When you
Yeah.
cross over, it's a lot different unless you're somebody who's a tortured soul or, you know, has other things going on. But those, in general, let's say, I was going to say 90, but that would be wrong. 89.9% of the time. I
Mm-hmm.
have to give it a little bit more. There's a lot of people that do struggle, and you have people that, are stuck in a place and aren't released and things like that.
Right.
You know.
Wow. Yeah. I was just surprised because I'm like, if she's a guide, I'm like, why are you
Mm,
not trying to help him? But it makes sense, I guess. So she's like, this is my man and I want him now.
yeah, it's
I
their other
can't really
half.
fault her for that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Because I
Which
did a
is,
meditate. I was meditating the other day, and my twin. Because remember, I met my twin flame, and
hmm
he popped up. But I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with him, and I was like, I don't know, should I hang out with him? Because that seems like it would be painful after a while.
Well,
Like if you
no, if
start.
you're hanging out with them in the part where if they're your spirit guide, like he's your spirit guide, then he's there
Mhm.
to assist you and help you evolve. So if you're working with your twin flame it's that, you're my everything. You complete me. It's
Mhm.
not a joke. You complete me. That's where these
Mhm.
sayings come from. Help me evolve. Help me ascend. Help me catch up.
Okay.
Usually they will be there, like Joanne's puts her in check. Joanne's there. He'll step back. When he knows that she's really beside herself, he'll come
Mhm.
back in and he'll give her the comfort that she needs. But because she
Mhm.
struggled so much with having to live this lifetime, he says, you have to. don't get stuck here. So they will hold you accountable. But it's a very loving
Yeah.
and peaceful energy. Every once in a while, like Ryan had one that was very destructive to him, but she's caught back.
Oh.
So,
Mhm.
he, or Kyle, I should say, not Ryan, Kyle. His is, and I don't
Mhm.
even think she's his twin. I think she's just like a soul that's connected to him, because I don't get twin flame energy, but she tortures the hell out of him and tries to act like she's his twin, but she's not.
Oh
So
shit.
those are people we have to go do the sessions where you guys face off with them and you rid yourselves of them,
Mhm.
because I like to have you guys do that, because I could do it, but I'd rather have you do it. So then
Yeah, like you did
how to
me.
get rid of something. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I did you, which is cool. Which is cool. You're feeling better now. I'm happy. The other day you were in
Yeah.
a mood. Your energy was so bad. I'm like, look at her being so damn feisty with me. I'm like, does she remember who she's talking to? Getting all bitchy, saying, well, I'm just getting off of work. I don't have any dead people I want to contact. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Excuse my Jersey. Don't want to excuse anybody. I'm like, she did not. I'm like, she did not. I was like, somebody's a little bit angry and having issues right now.
Like they're always fucking with me, and it was like I felt weird. And when I
Even
took that, I was like,
I
"What the
think
fuck
this
is
is
that?"
beast of a full moon, because you like you really just like, it
Yes.
was like somebody having Tourette's or
Mhm.
like bipolar disorder. You went bipolar
Yes,
on me, where you were just like,
I did.
and I'm like, what the hell was that shit? I'm like, she crazy. And then even when I had to talk to you and make the comment about the scrub, because it was amazing,
Yeah.
but I said, or the bath, and
Mhm.
um you know, I know I have I had something that I could put it in, so all the stuff wouldn't go down the
Mhm.
drain and clog the drain.
Yeah.
And, when I was working with Spirit, they're like, she's supposed to have the ceremonial, which is that way, but
Mhm.
also grind it down. Grind it
Yes.
down. They get the pistol, and that's doing more energy into it, believe it or not, when you're grinding it down. And I was like, you were so angry that day. I'm not even telling her necessarily what to do on the live. I'm not even going to let her do that to me. She ain't lashing out and getting all grouchy with me online, because you were a little bitchy online too that day. Well, da 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 da. I'm like, I'm just
No,
sending
I
it to
wouldn't
her
have done
through
that.
instant message. I'm like, I'm just sending it to her through instant message. This is just crazy. I'm like, it's
Yeah, I was going
insanity.
through it. Yeah, I
This
was.
full
I was
moon is a
feeling really
bitch.
crazy.
This full moon's a
It
bitch.
is. But no, I
Anybody.
would not have yelled at you. I would have took that and said thank you.
Mm-mm.
So, no.
It was so funny, but yeah, I was like, she did not. I'm like, she did not. And that was a cool one. Like Joanne, thank God she didn't do it. You would have had fun in it, because you're not as much
Mhm.
as a chicken as you used to. But Tree
Uh-huh.
and Kyle both went to the dark side. It was like crazy
Mhm.
where it went, like all this shit that came up, and other people had good stuff happen. And it was like, she's
Yeah,
missing it. She's
I
missing it.
know.
God only
Yeah,
knows,
Joanne was.
because I opened up the portal, but then I'm thinking, oh my God, this is just like, you have to be really
Mhm.
careful with that. Thank God, like I put
Yeah.
protection, but if people really don't call the protection, then they're in trouble. So that was fun. We
Yeah.
opened up a portal. It
Okay.
was a
Well, I'll
good
do the
thing.
next one with you.
Hmm. Sure. Well, we're doing the sex series for Nico.
Oh,
We're
okay,
doing
cool.
sex
I could do
journeys.
that one too.
We're doing sex
I'll do that one
journeys.
too. I
I have to
need
figure
that.
out if I'm going to do a guided meditation, or if I'm like, let you guys go astral. I don't know. I may have to do like the first couple like guided meditations, so you learn control and responsibility
Mm-hmm.
before I set you loose and let you go astral or something like that. Because some people may not be interested in being with you or touching you or feeling you, and you need to not be creeping up on anybody and forcing people. I mean, there can be astrophysical, astral
Mm-hmm.
whatever rape. Nobody needs to go touching anybody unless somebody has somebody's permission. So we have to be really careful
Okay.
about that.
Yeah.
But no, about opening up. It's going to be a series about opening up and being
Okay.
able to feel and orgasm and all that other fun stuff. So a lot of you guys are going to
Yeah.
jump on that, which is cool. And we have to do when we're doing the healing
I
one
am.
for you.
Okay.
So you got to push Nico and
Yeah.
find when she wants to do that, because we can do that. But the next few weeks you're going to start feeling better, by the way.
Okay. Good.
As it
Yeah, I've
starts
been.
warming up and the sun starts coming out more and the air clears up a little bit more, you're going to start feeling a little bit better. How was it going
Okay.
out
Good
dancing
to
the other
know.
night?
I had so much fun. I went with
Mm,
my best friend and we just danced the whole. It was funny because we kept saying we were gonna leave because we were hungry, but songs kept coming on, so we just like stayed longer
Good.
And luckily, when we got outside, there was a guy out there making like burgers and stuff, so we could just get food from him. That was perfect.
See, look at that.
But yeah, I had a great time.
That was all universally bound.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to go out that night, because I was acting crazy. I was just like in my room, like, oh, I'm not going anywhere. And my friend was like, no, we're going. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, remember, it said you're supposed to do things. I just said take a breath before, breathe before you speak. When I got that text from you, I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, we're just going to let her rock. You're not even going to say nothing yet. Wait till she's really in a better mood to call her out like I'm doing now, publicly with everybody. Like we all have I have my issues, let me tell you, I have. I've gotten feisty online when when everybody wasn't doing what they were supposed to. I've come on hard here. I've come hardcore. Yeah. But yeah, all right, cool. All right, I'm kicking you off. I love you, Fierce. But find out, push Nico about that meditation for you for the healing.
Okay. Oh, she said Fridays, like Friday evenings, probably like
Fridays
6
are
or
good.
7. I think she said, yeah. She said Fridays would be good for her.
So if she would have, so Fridays are good for you.
Yeah, I can do Fridays. That's fine.
What, 8:00?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Because then that's 7 her and 5 me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So maybe this coming Friday. Maybe this coming Friday we'll do it. So either this one or next one. So yep. All right. Cool beans.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
I love you, Fierce. Click it off.
I love you too.
I love you too. Bye. Okay. So, like I said, this live is coming to an end. Because I gotta go. I've been on here a couple hours. I got a session coming up. If you need to book your sessions, just hit me up. Direct message me, or you can go to the website. If you don't see a session on the website, just talk to me about it, because my website's horrible. I don't have everything posted. So if there's something you're interested in doing or something you need, just direct message me, and I'll explain to you how we get it done. Otherwise, the regular stuff is on the website. So feel free to book your sessions. Now is definitely the time. A lot of you guys I have been working with, and I do my best to help you transition the way you're meant to and the way Spirit shows me. But you all ultimately have to make your own decisions. But remember, when you speak to somebody with me, you seek me out, or Spirit has me talk to you out of the blue, they're giving you messages and information, which means you kind of have the in. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody finding out about a really good investment the day before so you can invest and buy it all up kind of thing. So they're giving you this information that you need. They also give you the time to deal with it. But the problem is this. And when I work with you, I do turn around and tell you, okay, this is what's going on in your life. And a lot of people, this is where you're meant to be. If you go this direction and choose to change paths, you're going to get this, this, and this. And there's a lot of people that I work with who have been in abusive relationships, in relationships that just weren't working anymore, just all these different things that could be so hard and painful to leave, or it could be very, very scary. That's why the work we do is so important. And you have to know that you're not alone and that I'm here and I got you back. But understand this. A lot of you guys have worked with each other for a long time, and every time I'm very, very honest. And even with some people now, I'm to the point, listen, you know what you need to do. You need to do this. Like to the point where I'll actually get almost forceful and go, you're choosing this. Understand this is a choice because you choose your life, So understand, if you are meant to change something in your life, if you are meant to leave a relationship, a situation, any of these things, if you're meant to do a certain job for a living, universe is going to tell you and give you the clues. Like in the sessions we do, we go over what you should be doing, how to go about it, and we'll repeat it. Relationships, it's not a healthy relationship. You're really supposed to do this, and this is going to happen within 6 months, but I don't want that to happen. Okay, if you don't want that to happen within 6 months, which say somebody is like, okay, you're really not supposed to be in marriage anymore. So you have about 6 months left and then it's going to be over. And if they're like, well, I really want to try. Okay, well, this is what's meant for you. But if you really want to try, I'll do my best to help you until you're ready. Okay, but the problem is this. If you're not meant to be in something, the universe is going to get stronger and stronger in how they show you and how they make you feel, to the point where, believe it or not, and a lot of people have dealt with it, and you're always going to be okay, but it'll be to the point where universe legitimately pulls the rug out from underneath you. Okay? Or like with Joss, flooded Joss's apartment, so Joss was forced to move because he wasn't supposed to be living there. He just got comfortable there and doesn't like change. So universe will get it to the point, and then at that point, it can be so emotional and devastating, and you can feel like your whole world is coming to your end, but it's like at that point, the universe is saying, I'm going to save you, even if you don't want me to. And what they do is this big disaster that you might think is the worst thing that happened in your life is the best thing, but they had no choice because you weren't listening and doing it for yourself, and they give you ample opportunity. But know this, it may be a tougher climb out that well, because you're thrown down in that well, but you will get there, and you will have earned it, and you'll be happier in the long run. And the thing is especially if I've been work with you, I'm going to look at you and go, remember? Where I work with people and they say, well, this happened. I'll be like, don't you remember in our reading, this is what I told you, but you didn't want to hear me? Do you remember? So you were trying this, so I have to remind people what I told them, that they were supposed to do. So sometimes, you're not ready to receive the information, and that's why you got me. But know that I'll sit there and say, we've been talking about this. You can work through this. This was actually the best thing for you. It's going to hurt a little bit, but you're going to be okay. So if some of you guys are really struggling right now, I know you are. I'm here for you if you need me. You know that. But you can do this. Just really, really focus. Sometimes you really do got to hit rock bottom to be able to rise up even further than you could have ever imagined. It's not that hard for all of you, but some of you are really going through it right now, and I just wanted to let you know that I am here. I love you with all my heart. Our whole purpose is for me to help you be happy, healthy, and abundant, and live passionate, wonderful, amazing lives, to use the gifts that you have, and all of those things, all the good stuff, and even some of the bad stuff that I got to deal with. I got you. But you can do this, and you're not alone. So I do have to jet. Okay, but if you need anything, you know how to get me. Direct message me or go up to the website, www.oneheartonespirit.com. And it's the words spelled out. Okay, I'll talk with you soon. Bye.